Man, what's good with you, everybody, man? It's your boy K-Tho, man, and you tuned in to One-on-One with Jerm on the Polaris Network. Yo!
Oh man, we're back. One on one with Jerm. Episode 105 on the Polaris Network, where authenticity matters. I couldn't get that word out of my mouth. Man, we're back. Somebody special, man. He's been on one of was it the collection show? Fall
Yeah.
collection, huh?
Yeah, no, it was Winter Collection.
Winter collection.
Yeah.
The winter collection. I got my collections. Fall collection October 15th, by the way. Fall collection October 15th. At Media Block Studios. Pull up on us. Tickets will be available soon. My boy, a father, girl dad like myself, entrepreneur, rapper, businessman, man of God. I hate he a Cowboy fan. We be going back and forth in the DMs talking about our teams. My boy K Throwed in the building. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. Appreciate you for having me, bro.
Oh, it's a long time overdue.
Long time
Yeah,
overdue.
we've been talking about it for a good little minute, and we finally got here.
Finally got here.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Adulting don't stop. And I had to get some folks in here, but I got my dog up in here, man. Like you said, he's performed on the Fall Collection, man. And I found out, me and him, we work at the same job. Well, not at the same job, but the same company, man. So that's super dope. So he know the what go down on a 12-hour basis, basically.
For sure.
How's life, man?
Oh, man, it's been good, man. Just on this self-improvement journey every day, just getting greater. Just like yourself, man, just trying to build this empire brick at a time.
Yeah.
Just setting things up for the fam.
I understand that.
You know what I'm saying?
I know you got a couple things out, and you got what I want to get into. But how'd you get into music, man? What got your feet wet?
My mother.
Real?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like I said, man, my mother passed away about 22 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And she was the first one to know that I was rapping.
Uh-huh.
And, man, I'm about 5-6 years old at the time, so I'm just spitting gibberish and stuff like that. But she knew I was talented.
Yeah.
So I didn't really start getting like super deep into it till about 12. I made my first tape in 2002. I still remember the date and everything. It was August 12th. I made my little cassette tape like my
a couple days off.
Yeah. So it's like man, my grandparents would give me a little money, give me a little allowance money and stuff like that. So I go to Family Dollar, buy me some little plastic cassette tapes and come home and man, basically just record music, man, just really, doing my thing. I did a lot of freestyling and stuff like that too. So that's how I actually kind of really knew how to come out the top of the head because I didn't know how to write music.
Right.
Like I didn't know how to write songs. I didn't know how to structure hooks and all that stuff. I didn't know how to do none of that. So man, if it came to my mind, I said it. And man, I used to sell my little tapes to the kid. I used to go to Garcia Middle School, right?
Yeah.
In Fort Bend County. So it's a bunch of white kids.
Of course.
So I used to sell my little cassette tapes to the little kids and make my lunch money that day.
That's how you do it. How
So-
much you sell a tape for?
Like 50 cents, bro. I
Real?
wasn't trying to
Yeah,
sell them
yeah,
for that
you weren't
much.
trying to hit them over the head.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, man, I knew I could do something with it then.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, man, I'm going to take it serious. And then
And this is middle school.
this is middle school.
Yeah.
So, man, I hit high school. No matter of fact, this was actually before my freshman year in high school. And my grandmother asked me, because I got a couple cousins that rap too, like Lil Fleet and a Street Military. That's actually my blood cousin. So my grandma asked us, like, man, can y'all do a little something for the reunion? Stuff like that.
Yeah, that's when
me.
they come on. Yeah, come do something for the family.
I did it with no hesitation. So, but see, this is the crazy thing about that in particular. So she was asking me to do something, but man, I didn't really just have too much of my own songs. Like it was stuff that I actually wanted to perform.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, my cousin Craig actually gave me a CD with some instrumentals on it. So I go sit in her car and I go listen to the instrumentals, and that Cassidy I'm a Hustler came on. So I was like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, I know what I'm gonna do now. So man, I go back up in there, man, get a DJ, my uncle a DJ. So I give him the CD. I said, man, just let the beat play.
Mm-hmm.
Man, God intervened, and I killed it.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm 15 years old at the time.
Facts.
So,
Youngin'.
man, yeah. So, man, I go up there, man, I'm rocking. My great-grandparents is sitting right there, too. They sitting right there in the front, and I'm just making their day, man. I'm not cussing. I'm not doing nothing. I'm 15.
Making them smile.
Coming off the dome, bro. And I'm like, man, that's when I knew at that moment, I was just like, yo, it's finna get real now. So, yeah, man, that's how that came about.
Who was some of your inspiration? Who was you listening to, while you was making those cassette tapes to sell to your partners at school?
Man, bro, I was a big 50 fan.
Ooh.
For sure. I was
Somebody
huge.
else on the podcast. It's been 2 people, and all these episodes I done had that it said 50.
I'm a huge 50 fan.
For real?
Bro, I had to go behind my grandma's back to get rich
I
without
understand.
trying.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
Yeah.
Because, man, my grandma didn't allow the explicit. Like, she didn't mind us listening to rap.
Yeah.
But she didn't mind. Like, she was just really against us. My grandma a Christian. So
Facts.
it's like, man,
My pops too.
she a full-blooded Christian. Like, bro, my grandma won't even let you come to her house, which she wouldn't even let you spend a night with your girl at her house and y'all sleep in the same room. That's how real it was, bro. So it's like, man,
I know what you talking.
I'm at FYE when they was open at the time.
Of course.
And I'm like, man, I see that, man, my
Yellow.
birthday coming up at that time too. I'm like, bro, I'm looking at this 50 CD. I said, bro, I'm finna get this mug, bro. One of the best albums. I always said, man, that's one. To me, I feel like, man, it's probably one album ever I would put over that record, and that's Tupac, All Eyes on Me. Everything else, bro, that's one of the greatest hip-hop albums ever.
You know what? I was listening to a podcast today, and they were talking about Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah.
And
It's a classic,
what
man.
it did to the culture at the time, how it just changed and shifted everything. That's I don't know if I really tapped in. I tapped in more to G Unit than I did to Get Rich or Die Trying. I had respect for 50.
Beg for Mercy was dope too.
Beg for Mercy
sure.
was dope.
Yeah.
The song with Joe.
I want to get the know. Yeah.
I really want to love, bro. That
yeah.
forever ingrained into my head. Greatest song ever. One of the
What was
greatest
my
songs.
favorite? Man, what was my favorite record on that album? I think G'd Up was my favorite.
G'd Up, yeah, G'd Up was tough.
G'd Up was tough.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember my partner Aaron. He made that whole Beg for Mercy. He burned it on a CD. That's how old we
Man,
are.
no, I bought that album.
You bought that?
I was trying to get the G Unit
I
chain,
couldn't buy
bro.
no. You trying to get
Man,
the
bro,
chain?
I was trying to get.
Did you have the
the
G Unit Reeboks?
No,
Oh man.
I didn't wear anything G Unit brand. I ain't gonna lie to you, but man,
The music was just
the music was just 50 was just the soundtrack to my life at that time.
Yeah. As a
Like,
teenager.
man, 50 made me want to try gangster rap, bro. At one point, so
understand.
like, man. But man, if I really had to say like influences, man, it was 50, Tip, Jeezy, like Thug Motivation 101 is still in rotation to this day.
I remember leaving high school every day with my partner, and he would play that CD every day religiously.
It was literally life, man.
Yeah.
Trap or die. And
Trap or Die.
and Trap or Die wasn't just necessarily selling dope, man. It was just like,
A way
man,
of life.
It's a way of life. Like,
Facts.
man, you gotta really, you either gonna boss up or, man, you gonna get
Stay
bossed
where you
around.
at. Yeah, you gonna stay where
You know
you
what I'm
at.
saying? So,
Niggas don't remember that King album. That T.I. King album.
oh,
Hey man, listen.
you think that was Tip's best album?
I go back and forth between that and Paper Trail.
Yes. There we go. Now you talking my talk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
come on,
yeah.
man. I'm a T.I. fan.
Yeah,
I'm a
me
T.I.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a T.I. fan. I go back and forth. It's just depending on the mood and the setting, and when you jamming it, it could be Paper Trail one day, and then it could be King one day. If you want that nitty gritty, you go to King. But if you want,
Man.
when you knew T.I. was getting a lot of money and he was about to cross over, and he was still making good music, you go to Paper Trail.
It was definitely Paper Trail.
Yeah, I
But,
remember I was
man,
working at
I'm
Circuit
still a
City.
trap music fan. So
Facts.
like, man, Be Easy. That's
Be
probably
Easy.
that's probably my favorite.
Motivation.
Dad.
I think.
Oh, Urban Legend had hits.
Dog, I think the first
Oh,
time,
man.
maybe the first time I really knew who T.I. was, I was playing Rainbow Midnight Club on my PSP. I tell you how old I am, bro. And they had motivation on there. I said,
That
oh,
boy
this
said,
tough.
that boy said the PSP.
Hey,
Hey, I had the Dreamcast. So,
I had
bro,
that too.
we,
One of the
we, we up
greatest.
there, bro.
One
I'm
of the
32.
greatest. Yeah, I'm 34.
So,
That's one of the
hey,
greatest video game systems ever.
really?
To me, that Dreamcast.
Ooh.
Man, I was just telling somebody about that. They posted it on their store. I said, man, that's one of the greatest video game systems to me.
That introduced probably like the era. It probably introduced the new era of graphics.
Yup.
Because for me, that's how I got introduced to 2K.
Me as well. That virtual memory card.
That,
Man, I would take that to school like I was doing
oh
something.
my God.
Yeah.
Man, I've had every 2K game probably
Every.
except 2. That was probably 3 and 4. I had everything
All
else.
of
I
them.
had the first one, had the 2K1,
You remember when they had
2K2,
2K football and stuff on the Dreamcast?
and it failed.
And it was tough.
Bro.
Why it lasted? It was tough. They had the college football. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, EA Sports stepped their game up, bro.
Yeah.
They had to.
Yeah. It had Carson Palmer. I remember it had Carson Palmer on the. I'll never forget the Dreamcast. I don't know how I begged and coerced my parents into getting me that Dreamcast that summer.
Yeah.
But it was the best decision of my life.
Man, mine burnt out on me, bro. I was
Yeah.
stressed. I was like, man, but then Pops came through with the Xbox, the first
Facts.
Xbox.
Yeah.
And that's when
yeah.
man, he bought me that 2K5, and man, we had Fight for New York. That's one of the greatest games ever.
That Def Jam?
Def Jam.
Def Jam Vendetta,
Yeah.
Fight for New York, hard. These kids don't understand. Max Payne.
Oh man.
These kids don't understand, man.
Boy, True Crime.
True Crimes
GoldenEye
of L.A.
007.
Oh my God, that True Crimes was so hard.
NBA Street Round 2.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Even Microsoft had came out with that football game that was trying to rival Madden at the time when they brought out that
Man,
first Xbox.
You can't rival Madden.
You can't
can't,
rival
bro.
Madden at all. They tried.
Especially with that one with Mike Vick on the cover. Like, you
Best
know,
one.
You can't.
In that white Falcons jersey. Oh God, that mother was looking so crispy too on the cover. These kids don't got no good video games these days, man. What's wrong with these kids?
Hey, the PS5 cool and all, but bro, man.
You got a PS5?
I got a PS5.
Hey, anybody out there, link me in. I'm trying to get a PS5. Let me know. And don't be trying to hit me over the head. I just want $500, $599, however much it is in the store. I just want a PS5. Everybody keep talking about it.
Yeah.
What you got on there? You got the new Madden?
Yeah, actually, well, I ain't got the new one that just came out, but
You got the latest one.
I got 22. I got 2K22.
You good?
Yeah.
He swear he good.
Yeah, he might be.
He ain't no good.
He might be.
He ain't no. Come on, don't hype him up,
Hey
bro.
man, if you play with LeBron, there's a way.
Nah,
That's yeah. See,
He do
that's
the
how I
three-
know he
yeah, we do
good.
the
He
three
run with
randoms.
anybody.
Yeah, 3 randoms.
That boy, he'll run with the current Houston Rockets team and beat somebody. Hey man, it be like that, bro. You gotta know what you doing.
No real field goal percentage.
Hey, and all that matters that W. I don't care if it's by
Yeah.
0.5. I don't care if it's by a point.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm trying to get that W.
Yeah, I gotta get a PS5, man. I see you on your SoundCloud. You had your beat tape on there, man. You gave us 16 tracks on your beat tape, man. What's up? I know you made beats like that.
I'm actually glad you brought that up. 'Cause,
Yeah.
man, that didn't cross my mind at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I do my little thing producing too. Them
That High
beats,
Vibrations and Blessings, I think those are my favorite joints. on
Really?
there. Yeah.
man, I actually sent that High Vibrations to one of my homeboys that was producing with me too.
Yeah.
And he was like, it was just something different. Like I was just trying to mess with some stuff,
Facts.
bro.
I
Like
could tell.
you know what I'm saying?
It sounded
Like,
good
'cause,
too.
man, I could do my thing with the R&B beats and the trap beats.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff, I kind of masterminded all that, but I was just kind of trying to, try to do something different. So, man, I'm hearing all these little Asian sounds because like he put all my sounds on my computer too.
Yeah.
So, shout out to my boy Jamarcus Bowden, aka Young Sage, for that. And
Young Sage.
and man, he would put my VSTs and stuff on my laptop, man, and I was just dipping in and dabbling through some sounds and stuff. And I was like, man, like let me try to flip this real quick. And that High Vibrations beat came alive. So it was just, man, that's still one of the craziest beats I ever made to this day.
Yeah. That
Like,
beat
I
is
was
hard.
like,
When it first came on, I said, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Because I was going in order, and I somehow went back, and that was like the last track,
Mm-hmm.
and it hit it. And I was like, oh, this tough.
Man, that's
And
crazy,
then the
bro. I
blessings.
appreciate that because I
Yeah.
didn't even know you was going on my SoundCloud like that because I don't pay no attention to it because I made them beats, man, about 3-4 years ago.
Listen, man, I do my research on my
Hey, that's
guests,
dope,
man.
bro.
You know, I
For
make
sure.
sure I try to go and do all my necessary things, what they've dropped, what music they've had, what's going on in their life.
For sure.
You know, I try to be in tune. I don't want to be like a regular interview that you can get, cookie cutter interview you can get at any radio show. So why are you here? What's your album about? Well, I want to get to know,
Yeah, for sure.
give you guys a spotlight, the underground artists a spotlight,
Yeah,
get them
man.
some
I'm about to
shine.
get back on it though.
You
Cause
got,
I actually have more of a passion
yeah.
to produce actually more than to rap.
I could tell you
Yeah.
your beats are tough. Your
Yeah.
beats are hard. Like I could
So
tell you your passion is okay. Let me make these beats. How long you been making beats?
since I was 14.
Also, right when you started rapping,
Actually, I was rapping along. Like that's when I started taking it
taking
serious.
this here, yeah,
But I was rapping long before I started making beats.
yeah.
But it's funny. It's a funny way how I even started making beats. So I'm gonna get into that story.
Go ahead.
So when I started making beats, my grandma got this keyboard. She still got this keyboard at her house to this day.
Nostalgic.
This Yamaha keyboard,
Yeah.
bro. And I used to mess with the percussion and stuff on there. So I'd be like, man, I just started messing with it a little bit. And then my little sister had this little Panasonic keyboard you had to put the batteries in.
Fact.
So I sit there and play a little melody on it because it had this little thing on that keyboard where you can record the melody. So I had a melody playing repeatedly and I put some drums to it. And that was the first time I kind of really just dipped and dabbed into producing. I was making some trash then too, so
Yeah.
I ain't gonna care about
Of
that.
course, you ain't gonna be the great right when you come out. Fact.
But then this the kicker though, cause like my grandma, she took me to Best Buy. I went and got this $700 keyboard, 88 keys, and that's when it got real for me.
Yeah.
Cause I started on hardware first before I did software, before I did FL Studio and stuff like that. So everything I did, I played from the drums to the melodies, all that. I played that by hand.
Yeah.
And like my
So
grandfather,
are you self-taught?
yeah, basically.
Okay, that's dope.
So it's like, man, my grandfather would hear it outside my room because, man, my grandma would always, she would be mad about that in a way because I had never come out my room, man. My room was like a small apartment, man. I had an Xbox 360, a PS3, and I had my studio. I had all my studio equipment in there. So it was
that was
just
your
like,
that was your getaway.
that was my therapy, bro.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
literally, like, so it was like, man, I'd be in that. The only time I had to come out the room was to use the restroom.
That's
so
it.
that
And to eat, yeah.
So it was like, man, I'd be in there
Did you have a
cooking
little
up.
mini fridge in there?
Nah,
See,
I ain't
you
go that
would've-
far.
Yeah, yeah. you
Like,
would've
nah,
been
man,
mad.
grandma kept the fridge stuff.
Yeah,
I ain't
understand.
need that.
Yeah, I
So
understand.
it's like, man, I'd be in there cooking up and my grandfather would hear me. Now, mind you, man, this an old man. So it's like, man, he'll come in there like, Carrie, man, that's all dope. Man, play that for me.
Wait, come on, let me hear.
I'm like, man, I sit there and I play it for him. He was like, man, that sound real good, man. Like they was all, man, that's one thing about my grandparents, man. They call me to this day and they
Yeah.
tell me how proud they are of me.
That's the best part. That's the best.
You know what I'm
part, man.
saying? Like they in their 70s now, still in great health. So man, I appreciate all that. I get all my marital advice from them too.
That's a good thing because they've been married for a
Almost
mighty
54
long.
years. So it's like, bro, yeah.
Same with my folks and my grandma. She's in her 90s. My folks,
yeah,
my
man,
folks
that's a
been
blessing.
married almost 40 years. So same. Whenever I get married, I know I can go to my pops
Yeah.
for the same marital divorce. How is being a married man and a dad? How is that
Lovely,
life, man?
bro. It's lovely, man. And I'll tell anybody. And I mean, man, I wish I seen more, especially like men like us, man, black men. Like, man, we just really, settle down and really just try to build something with a woman. Because, man, like I say, man, marriage challenges you more than anything, bro. And it's challenged me more as a man than it's challenged me in any area in my life. And it's like, man, like I say, man, that first year is a challenge because, man, like I say, man, you literally in your first year, you growing into a husband. And like people say, man, like I've been in this long relationship, man. We've been living like we married. No, bro, you gonna feel the
You don't
difference.
feel the difference.
You definitely gonna feel the difference because you gonna deal with this person on a whole nother level. And it's like, man, I was just literally talking to, like, me and my wife had a real therapeutic conversation before I even came up here. Like, man, we were just really talking about a lot of stuff that we've been through. And, man, shout out to Dina, by the way. And, Y'all can follow her on YouTube at Dina Fisher and yeah, do that. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that. But anyway,
Ding.
back to the story.
Gotta give
Um,
wifey some shine.
yeah. So back to the story though. Yeah, man. So we just sitting there talking about, everything that we dealt with. And I told my wife, I'm like, man, because my wife have anxiety.
Mm.
So man, I told her, man, like, I was in my car earlier today. I kid you not, Jerm. Like, man, I broke down, bro.
Mm.
Because it's a lot of situations in my life that I started to understand just really sitting there and just thinking. Like, man, I was in this relationship with this chick. She will remain nameless, by the way. But I was with her for like 2 years. Man, she cheated, did this, did that, for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? I don't hold no resentment about it.
Of course.
But I don't know, man. It just felt like in that moment, like God was speaking to me, and it was just like,
Showing you
man,
something.
showing me something. It just made me realize, like, man, for so long, I felt like, man, I was so hurt by all that. Cause it's like, man, you sitting there thinking like, man, why this happened to me? I'm doing everything for this girl. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, man, God, why me? Why you allowing her to do this to me?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just kind of like, man, it all started making sense to me. And I was like, man, I told my wife this. I was like, man, baby, I was like, man, in that time, when did God leave me or forsake me?
Mm.
Because I went from the brokenness of what she did to me
To the
to you.
happiness. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, look what our situation turned into.
Facts.
My son Eli, my son Ezekiel, and my daughter. I just had my daughter in April. So, man, God ain't that. This is living proof for anybody that's listening.
Yep.
Like, man, God ain't gonna take you through no darkness and not bring you out of it greater than you ever been. So I always felt, yeah, for sure. It's like, man, depression taught me that. It's like, man, like everything we blame the devil for, it really be God using those situations to grow you.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man,
You hitting it on the head.
you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I had to learn how to conquer depression because one, you got a choice with depression. You could either defeat it or you gonna get beat by
You're
it.
gonna get beat by it.
And ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody finna care about your tears. Ain't nobody finna care about your sadness. It's
Your
cool. It's,
complaining.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all that. It's like, man, you can sit there and feel sad and feel this and feel that all you want to, but at some point, man, you got to get back on your feet. You got to trust the Lord because, man, the Lord come into your life and reveal himself. Be like, man, I'm right here in the midst of your darkness. Like, man, trust in me.
Just hold on.
You know what I'm
right
saying?
here.
I give you peace.
Yeah.
I can do everything you need me to do. And see, this the thing though, Jerm. It's like, man, we rather turn to the weed. We rather turn to the alcohol. We rather turn to everything but him. I literally wrote that on Facebook today. I was like, man, like we be blaming the devil for all these little trials and tribulations, but it be really God calling us to grow. And it's like, man, I'm gonna just fall back into this, fall back into that, and all that, all that popping pills and all that stuff like that, man, it's gonna numb you up to where you're not gonna feel your pain temporarily, but man, when the high wear off,
you gonna feel it right.
you gotta
again.
deal with the reality all over again.
Gonna hit you like a train.
Oh, for sure. And it's like, man, if I sit there, man, and I just like, man, God, rather if I'm having problems, rather it be in my marriage, rather it be in my personal life, or even in fatherhood sometime, it's like, man, I'm gonna just give it to him.
That's it.
And I feel like, man, that peace come to me instantly. Like I realize I don't have to
You don't
fight
gotta
these
fight your
battles. I ain't gotta do this, bro. Like, man, we put too much on ourselves, especially as men, man, because we already wake up in the morning with the weight of the world on our shoulders.
Boom.
And
get out the bed.
Yeah. And man, if wifey ain't happy, the kids ain't happy, or you feel like you falling short in fatherhood, man, it depress you.
It hit you.
And it's like, man,
everybody looking on you to you.
Yeah. It's like, man, your kids gotta understand, man, look, it's all gonna come together. You know what I'm saying? And man, that's why we get up every day, man, and we, you know what I'm saying, man, we get to it.
You have no other choice but to get to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you gonna let it hit you and defeat you?
Sure.
Can't let that happen. Man, before we get to the music, how you become a Cowboy fan? How?
Man, long story short, my grandfather is a Cowboys fan. Die-hard Cowboys
my
fan.
daddy too, but he couldn't persuade me.
And like my grandfather got a Cowboys blanket in his house. Like, bro, Cowboys coffee mug, everything Cowboys, man. Like, man, he was a big fan, man. You know, in their prime years when they was winning them Super Bowls and stuff like that. And man, y'all can talk about dusty rings all day, but we got them. You know
That
what I'm
is true.
saying?
You have to acknowledge that they do have their 5.
And shoot, yeah, hey, y'all Patriots fans got y'all's too, man. But y'all go left y'all, so man, y'all gotta trust in Mac Jones now.
Mac,
So,
what's up, baby? You know I'm on the Mac Jones train.
hey
We rocking and
man,
rolling. Y'all gonna do something this year? What y'all line looking like? That's
I
that's gonna
hope
be the
so.
that's gonna be the real key.
Cause man, it was a heartbreaker last season,
Yeah,
man. Cause I was in Dallas for that game. So me and PA, we was in Dallas for that game. Shout out to
I
PA the
think I
writer.
remember you telling me you was going to that game or something.
Yeah,
I
me
seen
me
on
and
your story.
PA went
Yeah,
out there, bro. He drove out there and everything. We paid for the, we no man, I'm lying. We didn't pay for no parking. We parked somewhere at Airbnb where his homeboy was staying at. So it's like,
free.
so man, parking out there was 150, bro. It was
My
stiff.
partner Roy was telling me, yeah,
Yeah,
they
it,
out there taxing.
it was stiff, bro.
Yeah,
And like I said, I love the foot. I actually love the football atmosphere in stadiums than I
yeah,
love the basketball atmosphere because it's some like, man, them 49ers fans was deep, bro.
yeah.
It was
They
literally
come
like
deep
Bloods and Crips out there,
for
bro. I'm talking
sure.
about you seen blue and red everywhere, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah,
And I'm like, man, I'm taking pictures with them and all that. So it was like,
cause
bro,
y'all just having fun.
we really just
Everybody,
having fun. Ain't
yeah.
nobody out here fighting, man. We ain't on, man. I mean, it's enemy territory, but you know, man, ain't no violence going
You
on,
know,
man. We
we
all
going
talking
for our
trash to
team.
each other.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying, man? So me and PA, we walked up in there, we chilling, we did our thing, man. But it was, like I said again, man, it was a heartbreaker, man,
yeah.
cause man, Dak just couldn't get it done, man.
I don't
And
know what happened to Dak towards the end of the season last year. Cuz was on fire, and then he was just like,
he went to sleep.
"How is that stadium live? I do want to go
It's beautiful, bro.
to the stadium."
It's one of the biggest football stadiums in the world, man. It's just a dope atmosphere, man. And cause like when we first went to a Cowboys game, me and him, we went to go watch them play the Redskins, and they just blew the Redskins out the water.
Yeah,
And we had standing room tickets. Standing room, do not get standing room tickets to a football
worst
game.
tickets ever.
The worst tickets ever, bro. And they overpriced, so we get there late, so we can't even see the game.
Yeah, y'all in the
So
bag.
yeah, we in the stadium watching the big screen. So man, but when we went to that playoff game, we made sure we had some seats that time, and man, we enjoyed it.
It was
Like
worth
we took the whooping, but
Yeah, it's worth
nonetheless,
it.
yeah, we definitely enjoyed it though.
Oh man,
But we
Tony,
went home, man, and it was depressing.
young
That
Debo
real-
Samuels had y'all's number that day.
Yeah, he sat on that star, but then he got his heart broke in the NFC title game. So,
Yeah.
bro, hey, that karma came back and built him, bro. We
You're
good.
not a Cowboy fan that said this our year, huh?
No, not at all,
are you
bro. I've been let down too many times, man. So it's like, you know,
And you've been there, and you're 32, so you've been through all the
I've
hard.
been through
Yeah.
it, bro. When they said Dez, I got a Dez Bryant jersey on right now, by the way. No, man, this ain't CD Lounge. Shout out to him though, but man, we know who the real 88 is. Some people,
Irvin.
some people say Michael Irvin, but man, I'm with
Coke
Dez,
up
man.
Irvin.
I'm with that X, man.
The
So
X-Man.
Jerry Jones did my man wrong anyway, but
Yeah,
man, that's another story.
Yeah, we already know what Jerry did. Come on, Jerry, you could have.
Him and Romo could have had something special, man, but
Yeah.
it's all good. But then there's Aaron Rodgers, bro. So, so man,
You like Aaron Rodgers?
actually I do.
You do?
I don't have no
I don't
ill.
see-
I don't have no ill feelings by Aaron.
I don't have any ill feelings about Aaron Rodgers. I just don't see the hoopla. Like, he has good receivers. They don't do anything in the playoffs. They have a
That's
good
true.
regular season.
Yeah.
And they like, oh, Aaron Rodgers, I'm like, bro, he ain't done nothing. He only got one ring from like 09, 2010 against the Steelers in y'all stadium, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Like, bro, he hasn't done. I just don't see. Don't get me wrong, he's a good player. I just don't see all the hoopla surrounding.
I mean,
Aaron
I would
Rodgers.
give more the hoopla to Drew Brees more than Aaron Rodgers, but
Yeah.
it's like, Tom Brady, and I mean that's the obvious GOAT. I mean, to do it the way he did it in New England
Mm-hmm.
and to go to Tampa Bay, and not only people got to understand, like, the road to that Tampa Bay ring was probably
Tough.
the greatest road to a championship in NFL history, because you got to think all them games he had to play before they went to Tampa and played in the Super Bowl were all road games.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to understand, when you playing the New Orleans Saints,
New Orleans.
that's a dangerous stadium to play in on the road.
In the cold, Lambeau.
And
then where'd they go? To the NFC Championship. Where was that? Was
they
that
played.
Lambeau?
That was in Green. Yeah, that was in Green Bay.
I thought they played 3 road games.
They did.
Who was that? Oh, the Commanders, the first game.
Yeah.
I
And then
remember
they
that.
played they
New
went and played New
Orleans.
Orleans. They beat New Orleans. That was Drew Brees' last game. Yup.
I remember that.
And shoot, they went and beat up Aaron Rodgers, and Tom Brady just I
Yeah,
thought
like
he
it
was
was
finna go
nothing.
back again last year, cause I'm like, man, the Rams was putting a beating on them boys. And then I'm driving my car at the time. I'm on I think it was 610 or Gulf Real. It's one of the two. I'm like, yeah, man, the Rams got this locked in. I seen it was 30-27. I
hmm
said, Tom Brady finna do it again.
I thought he was coming back too.
Bro, I was like,
I thought he
bro,
was doing it again. So
ooh.
I was like, nah, he about to do it
Then
again.
they got, man, Matthew Stafford threw that pass to Cooper Cup, man. I was like, okay, cool, man.
Slant
Yeah.
gone.
I knew they was gonna be Cincinnati though, but you gotta tip your hat to them Bengals too. They gonna they
They're
gonna
gonna
do
be around
they gonna be
for
special.
they're gonna be around
Yeah,
for a little while. If they can keep an O line and keep Burrow healthy and Chess, yeah, that's his guy, and keep Chase healthy, I think they'll be around.
they good,
Yeah,
man.
they
They
real
they in a
good.
real good place right now.
I
But
like
man,
them.
Los Angeles, the Rams were just a better team.
Yeah, they was
I
just
mean, they
stacked.
were structured
Yeah,
better. I
they was just
mean,
stacked.
defense, offense. I mean, like, come on, you Matthew Stafford and your receivers is OBJ
Cooper
and Cooper
Cup,
Cup. And then the defense, you got Aaron Donald
Aaron
and
Donald,
Von Miller.
Von Miller,
Man,
my boy, what's my boy Ramsey,
Jalen
Jalen
Ramsey. Yeah.
Ramsey.
Oh man. Yeah,
Yeah,
they was stacked,
y'all
man.
was they was stacked. Yeah,
They
that's my partner Rico team. What up, Rico? That's his team. He be talking so much noise. I said, bro, act like you've had a championship before.
man, nah, they earned that big time though.
Man, 2020, you dropped mentally traumatized,
Yes,
man.
sir.
That was a tough year for everybody. Was that just the album, just what you were going through at the time,
Man,
or
actually, mentally, I'm glad you brought that up. Mentally traumatized was really, it was a vent period for me. It wasn't even necessarily more so the pandemic. It was just like, man, I had stopped making music for a minute. Like once I got married, like when I say I settled down, I settled down.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Cause you gotta think my wife an apostolic Christian. So it's like, I had to make some choices. So I was thinking about Christian rap for a minute.
Right.
By the way, man, I'm gonna go make that announcement right now. I'm actually finna start working on a Christian rap project
Whoa.
called Trapped in the Gospel. So
Hit
it's
me
like,
first.
it's coming, man. Shout out to Derek Omar,
Shout out my
by the
boy
way,
Derek Omar.
because like him and Just Amazing, they actually talked me into it. Because like Derek made the step 1st, but I was amazed to see Just Amazing do it because I was like, man, he made that Hugh Walkie. That's a beautiful record, by the
Yep.
way. That was dope. And to see him do that before Christ record, bro, that was real. That was a testament to me. So man, that was real special. So man, you know, man, me and Derek actually had a falling out. I ain't gonna even lie to you because man, when me and PA was working on Heart of Redemption, the EP we dropped in January, right before the Winter Collection show. And PA ended up getting sick and couldn't perform with
Yeah,
me
I
that day.
remember.
So it was like, man, I had to go up there and do that Body
It
Crazy
still
record by
killed it.
myself.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? So, man, he came to me because man, we did the On a Mission remix 6 months prior to that. So, man, he came to me, man, when he seen that we was working. He was like, bro, man, why you stop making Christian music? I was like, man, at first, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, man, I ain't feel like it was necessary to really have to rap in that nature to serve God. To where it was so crazy to where I would message all my peers, like I would message my homeboys and be like, man, dog, could I still make the
Do
same,
both.
can I do both? You know what I'm saying? Could I still do my Heart of Redemption music and my mentally traumatized music and still serve Christ? So they was like, man, yeah, bro, man, you good, bro. It's not a big deal, man. Your boy tripping. So I'm like, nah, I was like, man, I had to really like just kind of sit back. And when I realized that my wife wasn't so much so behind what I was doing, not saying that she didn't support me,
Right.
but she couldn't really go as hard for me as she wanted to because it would have
What you was
made
talking about.
it would have almost made her look bad because of what I was saying on my records
Sucks.
if she would have shared it. So I was like, man, I used to get mad about that stuff, but then it was like, man,
hit you.
It hit me. I started understanding, and she would always tell me because when I did the On the Mission remix, bro, she thought I was finna transition.
Yeah.
Like she was excited. I had church family coming up to me, bro. I kid you not, Jerm. They came up to me. and was like, bro, we heard that on the Mission remix, bro.
Yeah.
That was dope. Like, man, I'm like, man, you need to do music like this. So I was like, man, at
Okay.
first I thought about it. I was like, man, okay, I might go ahead and transition. But man, it was just something about, man, no, stay that trust God, get money, K-Throw, man. Stay that grind hard, K-Throw, bro, man, because you've been doing it for so long. It's like, man, why venture out and try something different? And people might think it's corny or feel like, oh, man, this ain't the normal K-Throw. So it's like, man. So, man, that's where Heart of Redemption was born. It was actually another song that was supposed to be on that project called A 10. And PA dropped it. It's a dope record produced by T-Ray. Shout out to that boy T-Ray Beats. And we was trying to shoot the video for so long to that song, man. And all we could talk about in the studio was our wives. And I was like, bro,
That's real.
your wife ain't finna approve of what we finna do in this video. And mine damn sure ain't finna approve of it.
Are they gonna be there?
Bro, or they gonna have to be there, bro.
Yeah.
And not only have to be there, but choose the women that's gonna be allowed to be in the video. So it was like, bro, I don't think this gonna come to fruition. But what I love so much about that Heart of Redemption project is a song on there called Rough Times. And that song almost didn't make the project because it's not that, man, we don't like the song or nothing like that. The song, we almost didn't make that record. Everything else was playing. Like Get Mine was playing, Body Crazy was playing, Trust God, Get Money. Shout out to my boy Lil Feet. He produced that. I performed that at the Winter Collection.
Right.
So,
Tough.
you know what I'm saying? That record was playing. That was actually supposed to go on a solo project of mine. But me and PA sat down. We was like, man, we need to put a solo record each on this project. So he had the Wake Up song. That joint hard. I love that song. And I had to Trust God, Get Money. And then the Jordan and Pimpin'. Everybody love that song for some reason, bro. And it's
hard.
like,
Y'all was going back and forth on that mug.
Yeah,
Who
for
Jordan,
sure.
Who Pippin?
Yeah, like, man,
Who-
PA was Jordan. I was pimping. We established that in the studio,
Yeah.
bro. I'm like, bro, you MJ, I'm pimping, bro. I might be the better rapper, but like, nah. I don't care,
I'm gonna let you take it.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, man, you Jordan, man, this you.
Yeah.
Cause I came up with the title of the song, but the hook, that was him. You know what I'm saying? Jordan, pimping, that was him.
Yeah.
So, man, we made that record and we made them songs August 6, 2021. I remember the date and everything. And man, cause man, T-Ray, he also made that beat too. And he actually had made that beat probably like a week or so before we made that song. And he played it in the studio and bro, yeah, I said we finna do this joint and pimping to that record. I was telling him, bro, we need to submit that joint for 2K23. And it's ironic that Jordan on the cover too. So I'm like, bro, it just makes sense. Like we need to tell T-Ray go and make an edited version of this song, man. Let's get going and get these royalties up. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? But like once again, man, what I say, like when I say what I love so much about that Heart of Redemption project was that song Rough Times. Cause I'm sitting there telling, like T-Ray stepped out the studio and I told Isaiah, bro, PA the writer, that's his real name. I'm sorry I exposed that. But I'm like, bro, we need a song about Christ on this project, bro. And he was like, all right, bet, bro, let's just run through some beats real quick. All right, cool. So that Rough Time beats came on. Ironically, the beat was called Rough Time. So it was like, man, let's do it, bro. I go in the booth. Even through these trying times, I got to keep my faith. I hit them knees and pray the Lord to take this pain away. So it was like, bro, it just came together, bro. And I'm like, man, I'm like, PA, bro, you ain't even got to put a verse on it, bro. I just take the verse I already got wrote. And, man, you just sing the hook, and that's what happened. And ironically, bro, after we dropped that project, he called me. And he was like, bro, this is my favorite song on the project. I said, bro, mine's too, dog. Because, man, anytime, bro, we going through something, bro, man, just play that song. And just remind ourselves of God's glory, bro. We straight. You know what I'm saying? He married. He got a son, too. He got a lot of good going for him. He been placed on TV shows and stuff like that. So, man, he got a nice house and everything, man. That boy on it.
Like you said, man, I'm going to praise you even when it ain't right.
For sure.
I think we all question God, you know. We human.
For sure.
But I figure that's part of our testimony that God leads us through, that in the end, everything
gonna be solid, bro.
Man.
Like, I say that I had to learn that the hard way because like after my mother passed away on my birthday, by the way.
Oh,
I'm gonna go and get transparent with y'all, man.
oh.
So,
And
man,
you a Pisces like myself, March
exact
15th,
March
right?
15th,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
And man,
That's tough.
I'm 10 years old at the time. I had
Yeah.
just turned 10.
Yeah.
So my grandparents leave the house. This may be around 4:30 that day. And my mother had already passed away. We just didn't know.
Mm.
So man, I'm at my cousin house. I'm at my cousin Marlon house. Shout out to you, big cuzzo. And man, we over there, man. We just chilling, man. So my grandma, my grandparents pull up. They pick us up. Man, we in the car. We not thinking too deep into nothing.
Right.
So
Just riding.
I'm like, my pop's at my grandma's house at this point. So I'm like, man, what are you doing here? You probably just visiting us. It's my birthday. So I'm like, man, he probably just coming to pay a visit. So, man, me and my brother, we in the house. They outside talking to my daddy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, we just in there like, man, what's going on, man? Me and my brother, we 9 and 10. My brother Pisces too. So, man,
Salute to him.
March
Pisces,
12th.
man.
So it's
Hey,
like,
after me. What's up, man?
you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy J Dog, man. Fade away J. That's what they call him. So it's like, man, Pop's coming in the house, man. Boo-hoo crying.
Mm.
Like, man, what are you crying about? So my grandma, she don't even know how to confess it to us. So she just said something along the lines like she was just like, man, your mama not coming back. I'm like, all right. I'm like, man, what, she need more time in the hospital? I'm looking at my grandfather. I'm sitting on my grandfather's lap at the time, and I see tears rolling down his face.
Mm.
So he was like, man, she dead.
Mm.
I'm like, y'all serious? I'm like, man, on my birthday, I'm 10 years old at
You
the
don't,
time.
yeah.
I'm like,
The
bro.
whole world is shook.
I'm like, my whole world, bro. And I'm like, man, so the next day, the whole family pull up. They already making funeral arrangements.
Mm.
I ain't even get time to mourn yet, bro. I'm like, man. 3 days later, bro.
Funeral.
March 18th, the day of the funeral.
Dang.
Man, 3 days later, man. This was when I found out they did open casket funerals. I kid you not.
Mm.
So I'm not even expecting this.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I get out my daddy truck. I'm like, I'm cool. Man, it's the funeral. Man, let's go and say our last goodbyes. Man, I kid you not, Jerm. I walk in this church and my mama casket open. I said,
I already
bro.
know, bro. You broke
I
down.
said, no, man. I ain't doing this, bro.
Yeah.
Man, we get up there. My mama look like she sleep, bro. I'm like, bro, come on, man. This can't be reality.
Especially at no 10.
At 10, bro. My sister, 2 at the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, no, man, this ain't
crazy.
it. I'm sitting there front row. Gotta look at my mama. I'm like, man, I said, man, once y'all, I'm sounding like once y'all close this casket, don't even open it no more.
Yeah.
It's like, bro,
That's it.
man, I think I probably would have dealt with it harder now at 32 than I would have at 10 because
You would have known
I would
more.
have known more.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, I had them 10 years with my mama. I'm kind of like, it was a little easier to deal with. So it's like, man, now it just would have been too personal. And
Yeah.
like my wife got a real good relationship with her mama. And I ain't gonna lie to you, John.
Cause you would have had 32 years with her, or whatever the case might be. Yeah, I know, bro.
I get jealous sometimes,
yeah,
bro, because
I can imagine.
Cause I'm like, bro, and I tell my wife, bro, cherish the moments with your mama. 'Cause
Yeah.
the closest I get to my mama is her grave site. My mama buried in Chapel Hill, Texas. It's an hour drive down 290.
Some good sausage down there.
So yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, I cherish the
I'm
moments.
an only child, and I think about those, as my parents get up in age,
For
be like,
sure,
bro,
man.
I don't know what I do. Like for real.
That's why I said, bro, I would have dealt with it a whole lot harder now at this
Yeah.
age because, like,
You're so used to them being there.
for sure,
Yeah,
yeah. And
I understand.
I tell my wife, like, bro, when I see your mama and she get to hold our kids and stuff like that,
It's
bro,
a blessing.
it's a blessing because,
Yeah.
like, man, I gotta show my sons pictures of my mama. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's like, man,
Same
it's-
with my pops having to show me because his mom passed when he was
Yeah.
a kid as well.
for sure, yeah,
When he was
yeah.
9. So I know.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
But see, my sons know, and it's special to me because, like, I can point out a picture. I'm like, Eli, Ezekiel, man, who this? Like, man, that's grandma.
Facts.
So I'm like, man, and you know what else is so beautiful about my daughter? It's like my grandma called me she sent me a baby picture of my mama.
Mm-hmm.
And she say, Eva, that's my daughter's name. And she's like, your daughter look a lot like your mama.
Mm.
And the irony of that, I would tell my wife, I said, man, I always wanted a daughter over anything.
Facts.
Because, bro,
That love is different.
not only is the love different,
Mm-hmm.
it would be the closest thing to having my mama back.
Yeah, I can
So
imagine.
it's like, man, my grandma sit there and say, man, your uncle think this. I also feel like, man, your daughter's starting to look a lot like your mama.
Mm.
And when I look at my daughter, bro,
You can start to see
I
it.
can see it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's even crazier because, like, when I look at my daughter, she smile.
Mm.
She smile a lot. And it's like, man, bro, it's almost as if, like, man, what if my mama's spirit is
It's in
residing in her?
Yeah.
And it's like, man, she's smiling at me through my daughter.
Mm.
And I was like, bro, they out, man, like every girl that has told me this, bro, that father-daughter love is different. And I'm seeing it now. Just my daughter be 4 months tomorrow. It's like, man,
It's different.
it's different, bro.
And those years go quick, bro. I was just telling somebody the other day. I was like, mine was 6 and in first grade.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I remember when they were born. It's like it was yesterday. Like it was yesterday. Yeah, but I wouldn't change it. Nothing for the world.
Jerm, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta give you your flowers, man, cause man, the way you are with your daughters, bro, like the way you prioritize them. I know you got a lot going on, man, with the podcast and setting up the shows and stuff like that, doing what you do for us. But man, it's just like that father time is so vital.
Yes, sir.
Like for real, bro. I gotta give you your flowers for that.
I say even as much as I work, man, I gotta make time for my babies. They come first because I wouldn't be working
The way
hard.
you work, the way you do without your kids.
They give me that inspiration that I need
Sure.
to keep pushing. Because every time they see me, they're, Dad, we're gonna get this mansion, and that's all I need to hear.
It's
You know,
crazy, bro.
and so they know they know that I'm working, and just like I was telling them tonight, we got to record DDRT videos tomorrow. So
Yeah.
my grind don't stop, and I include them in it too. So I want them
Yeah.
to see, this is why Daddy working so hard right now,
Yeah.
and building it up. So when you get older, you can see the
You see the result.
yeah the results. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Same way
Man.
you working.
Shoot, man, my kids. Man.
Yeah.
my
We can
wife,
talk-
my wife too is an inspiration, man.
Yeah.
Cause like
You
that
gotta
is
have a
the
good woman by your
example
side.
for sure. Like man, the greatest example is you, man. Like as fathers, me as a husband, I realize that as a husband too, because it's like, man, you the greatest example in your house.
Oh yeah.
And I tell my wife that all the time. It's like, man, I gotta set the stage. It's not more so on you. You just my helper.
Facts.
But it's like me, I gotta set everything because I gotta set the example for everything.
Facts.
Because it's like, man, how consistent we gonna be in God, gonna start with me.
Mm-hmm.
How my son's gonna grow and treat women,
It's
gonna start with me. Like
How my daughter gonna see what kind of man she need to choose? Gonna start with me.
big facts.
Mm-hmm.
Big facts. I actually took this course at a church. This was the Crossover Bible Fellowship, by the way. Shout out to y'all. And I actually got introduced to them through PA. PA was like, bro, man, come hoop with us one night. So man, I go over there, man. We go play some basketball, man, do a little fellowshipping. So man, they come up to me. My boy KP came up to me. Shout out to you. And he introduced me to this book called Manhood Restored. And they was like, man, we finna do a 6-week course on this book. It's gonna be $10. I paid that $10 with no hesitation.
I know you did.
So I'm like, man, I go to these classes in Jerm, man, it was life changing.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I learned so much about being a man and manhood and the stuff that we deal with on a regular.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so many things that I feel like, man, we just gotta apply in our households, bro. We gotta apply order. I'm not saying that, man, you just gotta be crazy strict or whatever, but it's like, man,
You just gotta have that voice to be heard.
yeah, for sure. You just gotta have some kind of regulations in place. And like I said, man, you just gotta be that example. The
Yeah.
greatest example is
It's
you,
you.
man.
That's it.
We men, we get called to be leaders for a reason. We called to be kings for a reason. And I believe we gonna store order in the black family once we realize that we are that reason.
And it starts with us.
It start with us, bro. We
You
can't
hit
put
that
this
on
on
the
our
head.
we can't put this on our women.
Nope.
Because when we begin to put it on our women, not only do we create bitter women, we create bitter children.
That's
because it's
They
like
gonna resent us.
for real. Because the thing is, a lot of times, it's like when a woman gotta be a woman and she gotta be a man at the same time, man. The two gonna
Collide.
collide. It's gonna contradict each other, bro. And a lot of times, cause I seen this with my auntie, and it's like, man, she would be yelling at her kids, she'd be doing this, and you kind of just sitting back thinking like, man, oh, she crazy.
Why she
But
talking to him like
you know,
that?
yeah, that is like, bro. But then when you get older and you realize the toll that these situations take on single mothers and stuff like that, it's like, bro, we gotta be men, bro.
Yeah.
We gotta step up. We gotta start guiding our women from this and that, because it's like, man, if we can go to strip clubs and blow money on them and lead them to these places, it's like, why can't we lead them back home and treat them like queens and do this and do that, and you know what I'm saying, man, and just lift them up.
That's it.
It's like, man, we can invest ourselves into degrading them. You know what I'm saying? And they only falling into that trap because we allow them to. And, you know, man, once we take back that power as men,
The rest will be
the
history.
rest is history, bro.
That's
We
it.
start storing order back in these homes and keeping God first. And just like I said, man, you know, just like you said with your daughters, man, I'm trying to show my daughters the type of men I would want them to be with. I don't want my daughters out here to
No hood rat Negro.
dad. You know what I'm saying?
Beating on her.
Yeah, man,
'Cause
just
I'ma
not
kill the
selling for
nigga.
nothing.
I'm sorry.
I'm with you, bro.
I'm killing them.
Hey, man, I'm with you.
Over mine.
Especially over my daughter.
Yeah, over
Now my sons, like, I'm the same way, but man, having a daughter,
It's different. I tell all my partners who have daughters, I mean who are about to have daughters, when you look into her eyes, it's a wrap. It's
a wrap.
different. It's different.
is gonna bring a man out of you.
Oh yeah, for sure. For
Like,
sure.
You gotta be a fool to deny your daughter.
For sure. You gotta be an
You
absolute
got to be
fool.
an absolute fool, bro. When my
'Cause as soon
my
as
daughter,
you look into those eyes, it's over.
man, bro.
It's over.
Crazy story about my daughter, man. My daughter was born April 21st. I was not at the hospital to see my daughter being born for this reason. I had to go get my sons out of school, man. My boys was in school. And man, I had to take my wife to the clinic that morning around 8:30. We didn't expect Eva to come out that
Of
day.
course, of
but
course.
we get in the clinic, you're 5 centimeters dilated, Dina. I'm like, what? I'm like, man, now we got to go get her mama. Her mama wanted to be there. Shout out to my mother-in-law. Her mama wanted to be there. We get to the hospital. She's still at 5. So I'm like, man, this probably ain't going to even happen till tonight.
Yeah, I'm got enough time to go get the boys.
You know, yeah, exactly. So I'm like, man,
Multitask.
I'm in traffic going down, man, because my daughter was born in a medical center at the Women's Pavilion. So traffic terrible.
Of course.
And I'm like, man, I get to the school. I call my wife. I'm at the gas station. And I'm talking to my mother-in-law. I said, what happened?
The baby,
Oh, the
yeah.
baby's born. I said, damn.
The one time you wanted to be
The
there.
one time I want,
know.
now, man, birth is gross. Don't get me wrong, bro. Like,
Oh yeah, birth is
I watched
disgusting.
I watched my son come out. This ain't no sight to
If
see
any
at
dude
all,
to
man.
say that is not, man, you weak.
Bro, you
You're
got
not
to
telling
have
the truth.
you gotta have extreme guts to see a child be born. But man, she told me my daughter was born. I said, man, at least when I get back to the hospital, I got a miracle to see.
Yeah.
So man, Jerm, I walked into that room, bro, and picked up that baby, man. My God,
One of the best days of your life.
man. I
know.
said, bro, and then watching her grow up to be this beautiful human that she is, bro, and smiling,
Yeah.
man, it just added more purpose to my life, man. Like,
It makes you want to go harder.
go that much harder,
Yeah.
man. Don't get me wrong, my sons were special too.
For sure.
man,
But it's something about that girl.
that girl, and
It's
then she the
something.
baby.
Oh yeah.
And it's like,
It's
man,
something
my
about
wife
that
is the
baby
baby too. My wife
girl.
got 3 brothers.
Yeah.
So it's like, man,
It's something about baby girl.
and it's funny because, man, funny story about my wife. My wife didn't want girls. My wife wanted
Boys. This was
And,
your
like,
blessing.
So it's like, man, when she had my son Eli, I was cool, man. You know what I'm saying? I had my son first. So I'm like, man, this dope. So man, me and my brother were born back to back. I was born in 90, he was born in 91. My two sons were born back to back too.
Mm.
So my grandma would always say it's me and my brother reincarnated.
Reincarnated.
So it's like, man, it's funny because it's like, man, with my second son, bro, we didn't find out his gender till we was about 7.5, 8 months in.
Mm.
And the whole time I'm thinking like, man, we finna get our girl, bro. So I'm like, man, we gonna be done, bro. Once I get my girl, I always said when I had my daughter, I was done
Done.
having kids. So we find out I'm having another son. I'm cool though, don't get me
For
wrong.
sure. It's
But
another
I'm
blessing.
another blessing. So I'm like, man, it's cool. I got two boys. So my wife got on birth control for a couple years. And then, you know, man, because we kind of just wanted to chill, you know, just had, you know, raise our couple kids the way we had it. You know
Have
what
two
I'm saying?
kids, be cool.
Because, man, we didn't want to have a third back to back. But my wife ended up pregnant in 2000, matter of fact, last year. And she found out on her birthday. That's the cold part. We going to Corpus Christi for her birthday. She took a pregnancy test that morning. And she was like, Carrie, I'm pregnant again. I'm like, oh, snap. I'm like, yo, yeah, this gonna be it right here, bro.
the one.
It's going down.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, we get this was around Christmas time. She go do an ultrasound, man. I had to go work that day. So I wasn't able to be at the appointment. I said, man, God, whatever you wanted to
Yeah.
be, I'm good, bro.
I'm good.
Whether it's blue or pink, I'm straight.
As long as it's healthy.
Long as it's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And man,
Got that news.
I got that news, bro. My wife texted me. She said, guess what? She sent me a flyer, a pink flyer. It's a girl. I went crazy,
I know
bro.
you did.
I lost my mind that day, man.
Fellas won't know nothing until they have a girl or until they know they about to have one. It's different. It's different. Because we didn't find out we were having twins until December, November, December.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were just having my first. I always wanted two daughters first, and then my son left.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, that's
And
crazy.
then I found out I was having twins. Oh man, I was smiling from ear to ear that day. I'll never forget it, man.
Man, bro.
Before we get out of here, man, you got any projects coming up? Any merch? Anything that you want to, shout out? Anybody that you want to work with? You can give them your socials and all the good stuff.
Yeah, I'll start with the socials first, man. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at King K Throde. I'm not on Twitter no more. I don't really mess with Twitter. But
Twitter be trash sometimes.
yeah, Instagram King K Throde. I don't really have a Facebook fan page, but if I'm on anything, it's Instagram. You can really catch me on there. And what else you said? You said projects coming out. Man, I'm working on a Christian rap project.
Oh yeah, I'll be ready for
Trapped
that.
in the Gospel. Me and Derek Omar got something coming for his Yahweh mixtape. That's gonna be dope.
I already know it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yahweh.
Man, what else we got coming? Man, PA the writer, shout out to my
out
bro.
PA.
He working on his album. You know, that's coming. Like I said, man, Trapped in the Gospel coming, man. I got my boy Lil Said producing on their feet coming back. Like I said, man, y'all producers out there, man, y'all got some tracks, man. Holla at your boy. You know, man, we finna get that rolling. Shout out to my wife. Once again, man, y'all can go subscribe to
Thank you for letting them come out the house tonight. I'm sorry I got them out so late.
Yeah, y'all can go subscribe to her YouTube channel, Dina Fisher. Follow her on Instagram, Dina dot, or should I say period Fisher. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my kids, man, my inspiration, Eli, Zeke, Lil Bad Zeke, you know what I'm saying? Evil, you keep me up at night sometime, but I love you.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? Ridge. I don't know if the news out yet, man. I'm performing at this fall collection, man. I don't know, man. What's going on with that?
You performing?
Hey, man, y'all book it. I'm there. So, yeah, man. Shout out to that boy.
Talk to Ridge about some make some things happen.
Yeah, man, make that happen because I couldn't make the spring collection because I just had my child.
Oh
at
yeah,
that time.
we had I think like a day or before or after the I can't remember when we had the spring
That
collection.
was probably May 28th. My daughter was born in
Was it May
April.
28th? Did we have it in May?
They might have been May. I'm good. I got excellent memory, bro.
Yes, I usually do,
So
but
it's like,
with
man,
concerts, I'd be like, man, what day was it? But yeah, and I knew I was like, go do what you got to do.
yeah, man. But man, I don't want to miss nobody. Jerm, shout out to you too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother. Shout out to my little sister, man. Shout out to Pops. Man, shout out to the family. Shout out to everybody that believed in me.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying, man? Shout out to Christ.
Yeah,
You know, last but not least.
for sure.
You know, man, shout out to my in-laws, man. I love y'all. Thank y'all for believing in me. You know what I'm saying? I might have misunderstood y'all at a period of time, but you know, thank y'all for trusting me, you know, with my wife and everything like that. So man, shout out to T-Ray, shout out to Zach. You know, man, he actually gonna be engineering on that project that I
Okay.
got coming to. Right Hand Baron Collective.
That's good.
We gon', you know, I'm gonna record that project here. And man, I hope I'm not missing nobody, man. Like, man, it's
He didn't
crazy,
forget
bro.
you if he did. He didn't forget you.
Well,
It's too many of y'all. He loved you all.
Shout out to bro, man. Shout out to bro too, man.
Always shout out to bro.
Man. Damn, bro, man. I hope I ain't forgetting no, man. Hey, shout out to everybody I forgot, man.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying? But they're
yeah.
Trapped in the Gospel coming soon, man. I probably had that out in December.
Okay.
Probably should be no later than January 2023. I kind of actually want to save it till then because I actually want to open the year up with
Yeah,
that.
top of the year project.
You know, because, man, I said I'm going on a 6-month self-improvement journey, man. Working out, man, getting my prayer life in order. You know, got big plans for the family. Y'all can pray for my downfall if y'all want to, but my God too big for that, so I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, I done already went to the king with the move, so, man, once it's in play, ain't too much you can do about it.
That's right.
So, you know, shout out to the haters.
That's it.
Trust God, get money.
Trust God, good money. And like that, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in to episode 105, man. The one-on-one with Jerm, powered by the Polaris Network, man. As always, follow me everywhere. One-on-one with Jerm, except for Twitter, it's one-on-one WTH. Let me get all those letters, Twitter. But everywhere else is one-on-one with Jerm. You got any dope artists like K-Throw that you think I should interview, man? Send them to my email, 2westboys@gmail.com. That's the number 2, WESSBOYZ @gmail.com. Shout out to the Polaris Network where authenticity matters. Make sure y'all check into all the podcasts on the network weekly. Tune into the YouTube, the Polaris Network on YouTube. Salute to the Do-Rag Report. Follow the Do-Rag Report. Tune into the Do-Rag Report, my other podcast. Salute Coop. As always, y'all know what it is. Oh, Fall Collection, October 15th. You might see K-Throw Fall Collection, man. Fall Collection at the Media Block, October 15th from 6 to 9 p.m. Tickets will be available soon. You'll probably get the link in my bio. As always, till episode 106, man, remember to smile, stay positive, pray. Blessings will manifest, man. Y'all be good, man. Till the next time. We gone.
Already.
Thanks for watching the Polaris Network on YouTube. For exclusive shows and premium content, subscribe to the Polaris Network on YouTube right now.